Last week, a post promising to cure Crohn's in 30 days with celery juice got 47,000 shares, while the gastroenterologist's evidence-based post about biologics got 200. And here's why that's happening. And more importantly, here's how to protect yourself from health advice that could actually harm you. Hi, I'm Kate, and today we're talking about the social media misinformation crisis, specifically how to spot fake Crohn's cure claims and find practitioners you can actually trust. And this matters right now because the algorithms that control what you see are literally designed to amplify the most extreme claims, which means the most dangerous advice often gets the most attention. I need to tell you something from both sides of my life. As a naturopath, I'm watching my profession get hijacked by people making outrageous promises that damage everyone's credibility, including practitioners doing genuine, evidence-based work. I've seen clients come to me after following protocols from Instagram coaches that left them malnourished, in worse flares, and terrified of the medications that could actually help them. But, as a mum, this one hits different. When my son was first diagnosed, I was desperate, and when you're desperate, a post promising a cure in 30 days looks like a lifeline. I remember sitting at 2 a.m. reading testimonials thinking, well, what if this is the answer and I'm the only one not trying it? I definitely understand the pull because I felt it. And I also know how close I came to making decisions that could have seriously harmed my kid. So here's what most people don't understand about social media health advice. The platforms aren't neutral. They're not showing you the best information. They're showing you the most engaging information. And unfortunately, extreme claims are more engaging than nuanced truth. A post saying, I cured my Crohn's by eliminating nightshades, well, that triggers hope, anger, validation, all the emotions that make you stop scrolling, comment, share. A post explaining how biologics work with your immune system, that's boring to an algorithm. It doesn't create the same emotional response. So, the algorithm buries it. It's not a conspiracy. It's just how engagement-based systems work. But the result is that the most dangerous advice often gets the most visibility, while qualified practitioners with actual expertise, well, they struggle to be heard. And here's the thing that really makes me angry, both as a naturopath and as a mum. The people making these extreme claims aren't the ones who deal with the consequences. They're not there when someone's in hospital after stopping their medication. They're not there when a restrictive diet leads to malnutrition. They've moved on to the next trend while you're left picking up the pieces. So, let me give you a practical 5-point checklist for evaluating any health claim or practitioner you come across online. This is what I use. This is what I teach my clients, and this is what I wish I'd had when my son was first diagnosed. Okay. The first one is the cure language test. If someone uses the words cure, heal Crohn's, or reverse your disease, stop right there. That's your first red flag. Crohn's is a chronic condition. We can achieve remission, deep, long-lasting remission, but we can't cure it. Anyone promising a cure is either lying or dangerously misinformed. Now here's where it gets tricky. Some people will use softer language like, put Crohn's into remission naturally or heal your gut. These sound more reasonable, but ask yourself, are they explaining the difference between symptom management and disease activity? Are they acknowledging that remission requires monitoring? Or are they implying that if you just follow their protocol, you'll be fixed? My son is in deep remission, has been for years, but we still monitor, we still adjust, we still work with his gastroenterologist. That's what real remission looks like. It's not a finish line, it's a maintenance phase. Point 2, the villain story. Watch out for practitioners who position themselves against conventional medicine. You'll hear phrases like, "What doctors don't want you to know," or "Big Pharma doesn't profit from natural solutions," or "Your gastroenterologist only knows drugs." That's a massive red flag. Here's the reality. I'm a naturopath. I work with natural approaches every day, and the best outcomes I see, they're in people who are working with their medical team, not against them. Good practitioners collaborate. They don't create villains. When my husband had his third Crohn's surgery, the surgeon worked with us on nutrition strategies for recovery. When my son started biologics, his gastroenterologist wanted to know what supplements he was taking to check for interactions. That's what good care looks like. It's not either or, it's both and. If someone's building their credibility by tearing down conventional medicine, they're more interested in selling you something than helping you get better. Point 3. The qualification check. This one's uncomfortable but necessary. What are the person's actual qualifications? And I don't mean testimonials or certified health coach from a weekend course. I mean, do they have training in disease processes, pharmacology, nutrition science? Are they registered with a professional body that holds them accountable? You'll see a lot of "I healed myself, now I help others" stories. And look, lived experience, it does matter. I value it. But lived experience alone doesn't qualify someone to guide others through complex disease management. Would you trust someone to rewire your house because they successfully changed a light bulb in their own home? No, you'd want a qualified electrician. When you're evaluating someone online, check. Do they mention their qualifications clearly? Can you verify them? Do they have professional insurance? Are they part of a professional body that could hold them accountable if they give dangerous advice? If the answers aren't clear, that's another red flag. Point 4. The protocol promises. Be very aware of anyone selling a one-size-fits-all protocol, especially if they're promising specific timelines. 30 days to remission, my 6-week gut healing program. This exact supplement stack worked for me. It'll work for you. Crohn's is wildly individual. What works for one person might do nothing for another, or might even make things worse. Anyone who's actually qualified knows this. Real practitioners assess, individualize, and adjust. Scammers just sell packages. I've been working with Crohn's for over 2 decades between my family and my practice, and I can tell you, I've never seen 2 identical cases ever. My son's triggers aren't my husband's. What put my husband into remission wouldn't have worked for my son. That's normal, and that's Crohn's. If someone's promising their protocol will work for everyone, they're either lying or they haven't worked with enough people to know better. Point 5. The fear and urgency tactics. This is the one that makes me the angriest. Watch for language designed to scare you or pressure you. Every day on those medications is damaging your body. If you don't act now, it'll be too late. Your doctor is slowly poisoning you. These tactics are designed to bypass your critical thinking and trigger panic. Because when you're panicked, you're more likely to buy whatever they're selling. Ethical practitioners don't use fear. They educate, they explain options, they give you space to make informed decisions. When my son was considering biologics, we were scared, of course we were. But his gastroenterologist sat with us, explained the risks, honestly, explained the risks of not treating active disease, and gave us time to think. No pressure. No, you must decide today. That's what ethical care looks like. If someone's using urgency or fear to push you towards their solution, they're actually not interested in your well-being. They're simply interested in your credit card. Here's where this leaves you. Not cynical, I hope, but just discerning. There are good practitioners out there. There are helpful natural approaches. There are people doing genuine ethical work in the complementary health space. But you need to be able to tell the difference between someone who wants to help you and someone who wants to profit from your desperation. My son's in remission because we combine good medical care with evidence-based natural support. My husband's been flare-free for 20 years with the same approach. It works, but it works because we were careful about who we listened to and what we tried. You deserve practitioners who respect your intelligence, who collaborate with your medical team, who individualize their approach, and who never ever promise outcomes they can't guarantee. That's not too much to ask. That's actually the bare minimum. If this helped you feel more confident about filtering health advice online, share it with someone who needs it. Send it to a friend who's newly diagnosed or a parent who's trying to figure out what's safe to try. And if you want to work with someone who takes this approach, that's exactly what we do in the Crohn's method. You can find out more in the next videos. I'll see you in the next one. Have a beautiful day.